Previously on the Dresden Files.
Would anyone like to attempt to bring back the wizard to see if he's seen anything of use, or are you just going to drag him by his cape and hope you find something? You've sort of like tried to create really nice cold water, and what you've done is you've created something that had more of the viscosity of cold slime, and you just it just sort of like goops onto his face.
Just like zombies.
No zombies! You remember seeing something that can only be described as a necropolis. It's practically a cathedral made of black stone, glossy, bright, with an eerie glow emanating from the windows. Spirit-like images swirl around it, and it seems to be about one day's solid walk away. Everyone's resources and food and stuff is running quite low.
Do we remember what we had in the fridge in the library agency? I could try really hard to magic it over here.
You hear sort of like a thunderbolt from directly above you.
Oh, no.
And everyone looks up, and the biggest watermelon you've ever seen, just a massive watermelon, literally, you know, the size of a hippo, is directly above everyone's heads.
Run!
You hear two people sort of debating. They're not arguing, they're just debating with each other about the merits of demigods. You recognise one of them. It appears to be the god Nemesis. The other deity there has two faces, one on the front of their head and one on the back of their head.
Janus. Yeah.
And they're talking about the Battle of Manhattan. Nemesis spots you all, seems very surprised that you've made it into this area, you know, not a lot of deities / spirits have ever really walked here. Seems that Nemesis has heard of you. As the god of revenge, a lot of people have prayed for revenge.
I should be worshipping you, Nemesis!
But a lot of people seem to have prayed for revenge against you. All. But in particular... In particular, Blaze.
Nemesis, can I keep you as a pet? Because, you know, people have revenge against me, but, you know, I might need to, like, strike first, and, you know, if you would sort of, like, you know, my sidekick.
Nemesis turns around with pretty much overt anger in her eyes, saying, "Did you say pet?" Accomplice. A god accomplice to a mortal.
I want to lead. Just, you know, I should be your accomplice.
Maybe we should
I'd suggest leaving.
She wants to be your minion. That's what she means.
Yeah.
Well, she should have said so.
She has poor wording.
And my social skills are terrible. I was raised by wolves.
At this point, the two of them storm off in sort of like a huffy, spiritual...
Why do we have this effect on people?
Gods, it's so like, they've got such an ego complex, such a god complex.
Why do these gods have a god complex?
We should start keeping a tally. How many gods do we piss off to the point where they turn their backs on us and just walk away?
I think we're like 5 or 6 now.
We're somewhere in that region.
We're in the next apocalypse, all these gods just turn their backs on us.
That's 5. Oh, and I pissed off Hades. So that's 6, yeah.
Are you tallying the gods you pissed off?
Did we count the snake?
Yeah,
definitely unhappy.
Yeah.
Knocks in the food as well.
Yeah. God's too pissed off, and then there's a tally. We're up to 6.
Oh, you should also make a tally of gods that you haven't pissed off.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I know, right?
I've also pissed off for the muses.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that one isn't forgive me for the joke.
I've got a magic.
Well,
8
I've
ball
never
for
pissed
one.
off Hades. Does that count? Can he go on the tally? Yeah, there hasn't been any others, has there? No, it's because we haven't met any others yet. Is there anything round here, or should we continue?
There doesn't seem to be anything sort of like really around here. The most interesting thing around here was the two gods bickering.
Let's continue then.
You seem really disappointed about
There's no
continuing.
friggin' artifact! I was promised artifacts!
Well, you were promised artifacts. Who promised you artifacts?
You mentioned it, that they were there.
Was it someone who was possibly trying to coerce you into going somewhere they didn't want to go? Because I'm reasonably sure it was Toni who said there would be artifacts.
Oh yeah, Toni was fake. It just says it has a lot of ancient artifacts. Yeah, I didn't write down who said.
And someone could have been describing ancient gods as
Unless it
artifacts.
was librarian. I think the
rude.
librarian said that. The liar, I'm going to make him limp again when we get home. Remind me.
I know he's probably going to be limping after spending so much time with the nurse Ratchet. Okay, so you continue on towards this large black building, and you see it on the horizon, and it's definitely ominous. It seems to draw in all of the light from around it. It seems to be wreathed in shadow. It's a pretty scary, grim-looking place.
You'd love it then.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The only thing that's confusing is you can't see any doors.
That's what they meant about doors. They can see the doors, we can't.
Did he take the doors away as a practical joke?
Maybe there's no roof and you've just got to climb over
Yeah.
into it.
Damn it. Levitate!
Rocket ship Steve! Rocket ship Steve!
Maybe we can dig. No, we won't be able to dig that. The foundations might go.
We
Maybe
can.
feel like maybe it's like a thing of if we believe that there are doors, we can just walk through.
So we have to walk at the doors.
He's-
and
But maybe the doors will only reveal themselves if we do something.
Yeah.
So
Dance
there's a
for
puzzle
them.
going on.
That's for
do,
doors.
you want to believe in a door?
Hmm?
No, it's okay.
I don't believe in doors.
Well, just
They're not
because it was
doors,
my
they're blocks
idea
to my
doesn't
way
mean
in.
that
Choices
we
are
would
I don't
Jesus.
believe.
Do we investigate for doors? Or should maybe we could just like knock.
Just going to knock on the wall.
Yeah. If we walked around it.
Yes, I mean, you've walked a circle. As ominous as it looks, it doesn't seem particularly big, you know. It's not a huge distance to walk around it. Sort of like a minor castle size, if anything.
I'm gonna knock.
Just picking a random bit of wall to knock on.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to happen.
Are there any windows?
No.
What if I take my glasses off?
Go
Or what
ahead.
if I set them to blue and black? That shows doors, doesn't it?
Well, it shows tears, but yeah.
Yeah, set your glasses then.
Okay, so you set your glasses to blue and black. You see sort of like about 10 feet up on one of the walls, you see sort of a circular opening, which could be a window. Also, with your glasses off, this looks less like a sort of like a black building of horribleness, and more just like, it's still black, but it looks just like a castle now. So it's like a medieval style castle, ramparts, no cannons unfortunately, that'd be too cool. But there seems to be sort of like quite high up a circular entrance.
Okay, right. Well, without my glasses, it just looks like a regular castle. But 10 feet up is a circular opening. Could be a window. Levitate.
You just flew around and danced around in the air being all fiery. I think you should try.
What if you get on like my shoulders? 10. I can try. Say like I'm 6
Yeah.
That might work. Okay. Gonna climb on Jazz's shoulders, try and get to the opening.
So the opening should come sort of around here or something like that. So.
Okay, so as you climb up, you're sort of like just pawing at the wall, because you can't really work out where anything is.
Where is it? Left a bit. Right a bit. Yeah, but
Okay, so as you're doing that, you can feel a sort of like the stone seems to give slightly. It's almost like very, very hard dough to you, and so you can feel that something's different there, but you definitely can't push your way through it. It's springy.
kind of squirrel tunnel.
So the squirrel's gonna climb up the two of you and sort of like
tunnel through.
again, as you're sort of like scrabbling at it, it's springy. It's like you're trying to claw at rubber, and you can really feel it under your nails.
Oh.
No, down.
Can you magic
Can I
it?
burn it?
I
Oh, it's
wouldn't know
gonna
what type
smell.
of magic to magic it.
If it's like rubber, it's going to smell.
Open
if I burn
sesame?
it.
Christmas wizard stage wand.
Or can we switch around so you try and get through the hole?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
climb on your shoulders though.
Yeah.
Just don't kick him in the back of the head.
Okay, so you climb up, and you can put your hands on the edge. It's very definite for you.
What the fuck were you up to? It's a definite opening. Clearly, the gods were just being mean to me. Can I pull myself up?
Yep.
And then.
So you pull yourself up and in, and as you do so, whatever was there shuts,
Shit.
and you can just see darkness.
Blaze, I need a light!
And
I made an error.
you can't be heard. Anything that you're saying at the moment, clearly no one can hear.
Wankers!
So while that's happening, you guys have just been left on your own, and Jazz seemingly melded through a wall.
That was rather rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Some people get all the
Could have at least left it open, like jammed it open.
Let's just go on.
What if we like make our fingers into glasses? Will we be able to like, they might trick the gods into thinking we all have special glasses. Could we try and tunnel underneath maybe, or?
I'll try digging in scroll for me using to get the rubber in it.
Can I do a lore check to see if I understand any of it?
Yeah.
Five. No, 4.
It's magical rock.
Oh.
It's definitely magical rock. It's very cool magical rock, and you're sort of slightly nerding out about it because you've read about it in the past, and you're like, guys, this magical rock.
This magical rock is so cool.
Would you like some time alone with the magical rock?
Do you mind?
So now we're 3.
We'll go around. I'll go around the other side.
So I'm just going to be like,
Can I try and heat up this magical rock?
Yes. The sort of like the more heat you create, the more it seems to pull in. In the same way that it was pulling in light, it seems to pull in heat as well. In fact, it's sort of like it unnerves you and it freaks you out a bit.
Are you getting hot in there, Jazz?
If it pulls in heat,
Right.
what if we put some cold on it?
So read this without other people seeing.
oh, you're anti-fire.
Yeah, I'll use my antifier against that.
Right,
Okay.
okay, there's stuff on the other side.
I don't think I can do that.
How do you do so? I want to know how.
Whatever it is, you have to do it with a ball of string.
I don't know what you get up to in your spare time.
Ferrets.
I'm just gonna say about all the cases that we've managed to solve despite the odds being against us
Despite
constantly.
the odds.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've spoken to him.
Mm-hmm.
You've convinced him. He's going to open 2 doors, and you've got to pick 2 people to step through one of the doors and 2 people to step through the other door.
Oh, no.
He says that 2 people are going to speak, and 2 people are going to listen.
Well, I choose Tessa and Izzy to speak and Hank and Please to listen. That's probably the best.
I noticed you deliberately tried to keep you quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
At which point, you see sort of 2 sort of archways open, and in sort of like neon lights either side, one of them has Tessa and Izzy, and one of them has Blaze and Hank.
This can only go well.
Good luck, guys.
Okay.
They open and be like, you know, appear in like steam and be like, tonight, Matthew.
Right. At which point, I'm going to need Steve and Kat. You're going to have to disappear off for a couple of minutes while I explain what's going to happen to the speakers.
Hang on.
Okay.
You okay?
My fishnets have got caught on my zip.
Oh, well done.
Hang on a moment.
Technical difficulty.
Please
Have
stand
you
by.
ever tried someone
We need
type
technical
through it?
difficulty
Yeah.
music for this time. Okay then.
Videos, one of those technical difficulty they put like more fashion technical difficulty
Right.
screen up with.
So you're going to sort of like, for want of a better word, be describing the situation to them as has been passed on to you by this figure. The two of you are going to be given at random 3 phrases
Wow.
that you've got to get the other person to say
Okay.
without using any of the underlined words on the phrase.
Okay.
There's also on each phrase a word in a box, which if you can get them to say as well, gives you an extra point. The more you get, the better it will go for you. Because at the moment, this is someone trying to work...
So it was great knowing.
Yeah, because this is someone trying to work out how strong the connection between your party is.
I hardly know you guys. I don't remember myself properly.
So you now get to pick who is going to speak and who is going to listen in each pair.
I probably shouldn't speak.
Well, yeah, you two are listeners.
Oh, right, okay. Tessa and Blaze.
Tessa and Blaze. Okay then. So you're going to take turns. So you're going to be described a phrase that you need to say. That's all.
Am I just allowed to describe the item?
Yeah,
or...
Whatever you need to do to get this across to the other person.
Okay.
Shadow puppet.
You tried to steal this item.
Ooh, crossbow.
So a.
Cross.
No, you had the word.
How about the crossbow?
And other word. It comes with a key.
Lock.
But if something is,
Um,
so if it's a lock, but then if it is,
I believe you used one of the underlined words.
No.
Well, you've said the first half of it. That's...
she already said it.
Oh, I still try to avoid saying it then, just for the sake of the game.
locked.
By a.
Button. Or thumbprint. Fingerprint.
So.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You've done the first phrase. You didn't get the extra word.
Okay, I thought I was going to do the sentence and then.
Oh no, you've got to try and get the extra word while you're doing the sentence.
Oh right, okay.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
That's all right. So, okay. So you got the first phrase. You've shown that you have a connection to that person.
A male sibling.
Brother.
Can't be found.
Lost. Konami code.
Going from one thing to another. Going between one thing to another.
Travelling, moving.
It's the transition.
Moving,
From to. You're going.
changing.
I keep trying to use the word.
That's what makes it fun.
Okay, if you were going from this room out there with the door, what would you be doing with the door?
Opening.
And once you had opened it,
Yeah.
you would be going.
Into the room.
Not.
I think. I'm like, yeah.
If at any point it gets so frustrating that Jazz needs to yell out her words, but
True.
Through!
but you will lose marks for helping.
Could have done it
Okay.
past participle of what we did to the cleric.
So the word that just got yelled out.
Yeah.
The something that a bride wears.
Veil.
Of a very bad thing that you want to avoid at all costs.
Purple.
Hades.
Fake point!
That Hades might be involved with.
Death.
Okay, so what's the phrase?
Okay, sibling
Brother.
can't be found.
Lost.
The
Through. Veil.
Of
Death.
Okay, so missed the extra word, but got the phrase.
A loser?
Wizard.
Yeah. So another word for trapped.
Ensnared.
Close. Caged.
Imprisoned.
In the. I forgot to do. Where we went to. We had to open the door with a coin. Yeah. What is that place called?
In the portal or the clock tower.
The other side of the portal where we travelled to go and save. people.
Purgatory. Is it?
The name of the magical place where everything's different every time.
Oh God, what was that called? Can I give a clue?
Well, again, if you decide to shout a word out, then
Not a word, a clue.
you're sort of, every time you do something like that,
Right,
you're showing the
travel
connection
there
isn't
in
as
our
strong as
first
it could
case.
be.
To go and save the police officer whose name I cannot remember.
Oh, Lawrence.
That
Yeah.
one,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that place with the caves and the.
And the purple orb.
What was that place called?
Two of the same word together. A negative word.
Can I help Tessa or not? Without losing points.
Well, again, at this point, it's up to you, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but will we lose points if I help Tessa?
Well, the more you help, so it's like as far as the figure is concerned, the weaker the connection between them would be. But you're still showing connection as a team, so.
Let's try and navigate this place as impossible. It's two of the same word together to make one name, so.
Metallica, we're off to.
Oh,
Never Land. The Never.
Okay, so what's the phrase? Okay.
A
Wizard imprisoned in the Never.
and for bonus points, another word for a book.
Oh,
It's a long book.
a few like encyclopedia or folio or
A long fictional story.
novel.
Cool. 3 minutes 24.
This is like game show of the gods.
Yeah.
a knight's weapon.
A lance, a sword,
Yes. Yep. The way it's made
forged,
from something that's not hot.
ice, metal,
Something that ice is. That's not.
cold,
And a type of metal.
Steel?
Yes. Can I do the bonus word?
If you want, yeah, go ahead.
This is something that you might want to use the aforementioned weapon to behead, because it's one of the only ways to get rid of them. One of. Fictional beast that gets mentioned quite a lot in this room, certainly today anyway. Has a hankering for brains.
Zombies!
Hey!
Okay, so what was your phrase?
Okay.
It's a sword forged in cold steel. Zombies.
That's not the phrase. You said inner.
From cold steel.
Cool.
Say that word, that's not underlined.
So now, because the rest of your team has shown their connection to each other, they're now going to have to show their connection to you.
Is it zombies?
Okay.
Okay.
When you're ready.
A type of plant that we have and want to burn.
Burn.
Another word for imprisoned.
Caged.
When you're stuck.
Ensnared. Trapped.
In he is supposed to be a something being because he's a wizard.
Magical.
A type of dessert that wobble a lot.
Jelly.
And for bonus points, a strong demigod. The strongest demigod. Disney movie about him. Very, very strong son of Zeus, supposedly.
Hercules.
So what's the phrase?
A fern trapped in magical jelly.
Less than a minute. Well done.
A member of the round table,
Lancelot.
not a specific member,
Oh, knight.
of the mythical being that I may be partly related
That was just timing!
I created water!
Crap, a sound.
a mythical being, you've encountered one other, I think.
Ogre.
No, traditionally more sparkly.
Fairy.
And a place where people come together to judge others and pronounce.
Court.
Yes.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Okay, so just the phrase, I'm not gonna.
A knight in fairy court.
Of the.
A knight of the fairy court.
Between your team, you've shown that you definitely have a valid connection between you. Out of the 3 available, you've earned 2 keys that can open the door of death, that can be used as and when you want them to. You've also possibly learned some information that's pertinent to some things that you wanted to know.
Could you pickpocket the other key?
You want to try and steal a key from the god of the door of death.
I just lost my burglary
Could
skill.
distract him. If somebody could distract him.
I could try and turn into a puddle.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's been the nicest god to you so far.
That's true. And if
That's
we're
true.
If we're coming back here to open it later, we probably don't want to push on.
Is it the wizard is imprisoned in the Never Never? Somebody was imprisoned in the Never Never. And the fairy is in magical jelly. Something to do with it. Oh, was the change in the night of the fairy court? Ooh. And your brother's lost through the veil of death. I know that, yeah, I watched them die.
Tell me something I don't know, Jesus.
So yeah, and the fairy's trapped in, the fern's trapped in magical jelly. Yeah. Oh my god, it'd be so funny if we like find it and then just like poke the jelly. Is that why she isn't
Quick,
doing
make
that?
a wobble!
Yeah. Let it go!
So Meg's trapped, the wizard is in the Never Never, and...
Knight of the Fairy Court possibly died outside our door.
Oh, right.
I can't remember the others now. Oh, something to do for swords and fortune.
Sword, fortune, cold
Yeah.
steel. I can say those words now.
It's surprisingly difficult to describe some of those words. I was impressed that you got magical because I thought that was going to be harder to describe.
I thought so, like magical jelly. Like I saw the two words together, like how I can separate them.
Yeah.
So we need to find. Do we need to find the sword? Or is the sword that we found in our basement that had all the letters on? Is that the
Probably.
sword?
That's more than a coincidence.
Yeah.
That sword was made of Stygian iron,
So it's not cold steel.
but it could have been forged with cold steel as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
You know, these things.
Fan has the sword, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He may have dropped it. Picked it up.
Sold it.
So is that going to be job number 2 after opening the doors of death? Is buggering off back to the Never Never to find a fairy trapped in jelly and find our wizard?
Oh, we could jelly it. We could like poke the sword through the jelly and like pretend we're aiming at him and then, you know, like the magical trick. You must have done it, the sword in the box. We could do that with the fairy and the
Oh,
jelly.
missed you! Oh, missed you again!
Is sword a euphemism for the box? Because if you're going to jab a sword in the box several times,
Someone's gonna get it.
at this point, I think we might pause the session here so that when other members come in, they can catch up.